I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no grace. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no days. Fuck around and end up gone. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim, you dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, if it comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough.
Love you too, man. Whoever you
we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business. Starter fees, street blues, what I taught. Royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind. Knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines. It was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look lean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's
tickets.
go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough.
Oh, look how it go.
We probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Look. Represent Brother Rosenberg, aka Sunday afternoon, we here.
The Shakaroni's back at Papa John's with more pepperonis and over half a pound of cheese.
So many orders, we had to staff up.
I am here to work. Y'all just nothing. So what's good? So how y'all doing? Y'all know we about to get through it. I know I'm at the show last night, but y'all have to do what I can do, man. You know how to go watch some game, hang out with my brother Ray, man.
Got me seeing so clear.
Beautiful thing.
Put your boy shit.
Coming to the always eye out. We're gonna make it the best Jersey of 2025.
You cool, nigga.
Kanye.
This is Boogie Major. We on the rise now. Middle fingers in the sky now. Roller haze, so we high now. How we ride now? all coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Ball looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Kill him in vain is vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids, that's plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves in these planted trees. Okay. Don't break the code, that's family. Okay. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow is classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat is it Japanese. Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers, we Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Study the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Okay. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. E&E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, bang. These rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now. Middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling hay so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Ball looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching. Nauseous, yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga, perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers, you know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom to try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk, let me lock in, show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain, I'll be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Butcher boyed up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This is guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah. What up? This is your brother, man. Y'all know we're gonna talk about it. I've been wanting to have a conversation. We definitely gonna talk about it. We is most definitely going to talk about it. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing on this beautiful Sunday afternoon? You know, I've been cleaning up around the house all day, doing laundry, scheduling shows, you know what I'm talking about, answering emails, you know what I'm talking about, talk to some loved ones. And, you know, I was going to do the show last night, but I went and watched some of them, a couple of them games last night with my brother Court, and we chopped it up. You know what I'm talking about? It's always good to get out and hang out with my brethren, especially when we don't really hang out that much, you know, because we adults now. We got things going on, kids, lives, work, business, and all of that. So we don't get to hang out on a regular basis like how we used to, but we still got touched down. You know, so I had to go watch them playoff games with my brother Court, a.k.a. Rain Man, E&E, every day, all day, no days off. And, you know, so we sit up there and watch that Lakers and that, not the Lakers, but the Clippers and that Nuggets or Clipper and that Warriors game. We're going to discuss it on Tuesday, of course. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, we definitely going to discuss our young brother, Shador. And, man, listen, I can't wait till Tuesday, man. All right? Anyway. Now, first, I just want to start this show off by saying, like, Kanye West, in my opinion, is the most influential and the most impact-having artist of our generation. When I say our, I mean us millennials, man. Right? You understand what I'm saying? Kanye is very, very talented. Let's just don't. Kanye is a musical genius. Kanye is responsible for the way music, specifically hip hop music, sounds now. He created the sound, literally. And, you know, we're not taking away from his artistry, his talent as an artist, or his accomplishments as an artist, producer, artist, you know, singer, songwriter. We're not here to, can tarnish or diminish any of that, right? But and this show is not so much as just a show going in on Kanye, Paul, right? But this is also a show. If y'all remember on Thursday, right? This is kind of like an icing on the cake from that, and inadvertently, Kanye proved my point, right? We talked about female predators, specifically female sexual predators, specifically even more female predators upon young boys, right? And I remember on the show, I spoke on this and I said, most of the times when us young brothers have experienced this type of violation, sexual violation from a female, they're older than us, and more than likely, as with females from guys and females as well, it's probably going to be somebody that you know. More likely a family member or a close friend of the family type of person who's damn near a family member. And in some cases, matter of fact, a lot. I'm not going to say most because I just don't know this to be true, but I would say a fair amount of this is from experience or experiences with people with whom you live with closely, which would probably be your immediate family, right? More than likely, it's from an auntie or aunt, uncle, some crazy cousin, some crazy stuff like that, man. We done heard the horror stories, man. We ain't about to get into none of that. Just like we're not going to dive too deep into this with Kanye, because, I mean, Kanye pretty much said what he said, you know. And like I say, this is not so much as just like a show going in on Kanye, but just crazy that we was just having this discussion on Thursday with female predators, and hear Kanye come out with this, if it's true, about allegedly his mother being the one who sexualized him. Oddly enough, as we have seen throughout society, not just in our community, not our community, but others as well, a lot of young men who, when they were young boys, were sexually violated, groomed by none other than their mothers, right? So, you know, Donda West, according to Kanye West, is no exception, right? But if any of this is true, which I have no reason to believe that it's not, right? It makes sense when you think about Kanye, right? It makes sense why Kanye don't fuck with black chicks. It makes sense why, you know what I'm saying, Kanye is not an advocate for single mothers. He doesn't, you know, you would think a guy raised by a prestigious woman such as Donda West was alleged to have been, being a teacher at a school, was it Chicago University, teaching, I forget what Kanye says his mother used to teach. When she was a teacher at the Chicago University, you know what I'm saying? Like, university, one of the, you know, she was a professor of some subject. You know, according to Kanye, you know, it was Donda who sat up there and sexually violated, sexually activated, basically all around sexualized her son, which oddly enough, a lot of y'all chicks do. One thing I can say about my mom, she ain't never do that, right? And now my mom wasn't perfect, and I'm not trying to make her seem like she didn't, you know what I'm talking about? But one thing my mom absolutely did not do was she didn't sexualize us. My mom barely brought dudes who she was actually engaged with physical relationships with around us, right? So, you know, man, the sins of the parents will visit the children, man. You know what I mean? And in this situation, you know, Kanye proved my point that I was saying, right? That this is a rampant thing, and specifically our community. And I know what y'all saying out there. Well, the white people and I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us. And if you two in your feelings or not mature enough or cognitive enough, critical thinking enough to understand what I'm saying, you know, that's on you. But in our community, this thing is a little bit more present than what I think we talk about, right? And like I said on Thursday, due to a number of guys who I've had conversations with when I was locked up just in Ohio, I could imagine where it is everywhere else, right? And like I said, this isn't to like, you know, it's something that we have to address and talk about, because what we are seeing is the domino effect, the residue, right, of these types of relationships, right? So now you gotta ask. This is why I said like that mothers shouldn't be raising their sons by themselves. Send that little boy to his daddy, man. Send him to his daddy. I mean, unless his dad is unless his dad is completely and totally incapable of performing his fatherly duties, no matter what that may be that contributes to him not being able to do it. If it's not that going on, you know, if it's an environment to where your son wouldn't be safe, then I mean, figure it out. But at the same time, I mean, if he ain't safe with his daddy, is he more or less safe with you? Now, unless his dad is just a complete reckless, crash out, gangbanging ass, robbing ass nigga, internet troll ass, Charleston White ass nigga. If his dad ain't a guy like that, 9 times out of 10, his dad is probably just a decent, okay guy. You know, he ain't just like abusing and like, you know, your son go over to his daddy, coming with bruises on him, and his dad talking to him crazy and he acting crazy. Now, come on now, man. Y'all gotta grow up, man. This is what I be saying when people be tapping. Y'all gotta grow up, man. Over here at Real Talk, we are grown, man. We grown over here, super grown. I say that to say, like, relax with all the kid petty. Nah, we ain't doing none of that, man. We talking about tax paying, law abiding, working, owning their own business, combination of the two, stand out the way, contributing to society, actually being involved, wanting to be involved, trying to be involved in their child's life, their son's life specifically. Regular cats, just like most of us, man, going to work every day, whatever they is, got their own place, own vehicle or two. You understand what I'm saying? Bills is, you know, being taken care of. Credit is decent, moderate to decent, you know, maybe even great. You know, a brother that's handling his business, basically, that's and most grown men should be. You understand what I'm saying? With the basic bare minimums, but in the position to where if he has a son, it would be in his son's best interest to be around him, especially when we are at the age of when we are becoming and growing into being a man. At which point in time, it is time, I believe, and I know from personal experience, to separate from your mother. That's why I love in Boys in the Hood. I love how rest in the essence, you know what I'm saying? Rest in the essence to our brother John Singleton, man. Because the way he wrote that movie was fire. You know what I'm saying? My man Furious wasn't no abusive husband. He wasn't no street nigga. He wasn't a gangster. You know what I'm talking about? He was a good dude. Now, what happened between him and his mother, who knows? We can surmise what happened, right? We know for a fact it wasn't nothing too crazy going on, because if it was, she definitely wouldn't have left her son with him, right? But I respect that part of the movie when Angela Bassett's character basically saying, like, I can't teach this boy how to be no man. You feel me? Now, he always have a place to stay at my house, and welcome, he can come on the weekend, whatever, but he need to be around you, because at the end of the day, this is how you know Furious and his mom's character relationship was not so much of a character flaws as being parents to the boy, but their thing was a personal thing between them two, and they kept it like that. And I respect John Singleton for writing that role, writing that whole scenario like that. Because Angela Bassett, although their relationship didn't work out, she knew that her son's father is a good man. She know that if any way of, I'm not capable of raising young Trey into a man, but his father is a good man. It didn't work out between us, but his father is a good man. And it's going, at the point in age Trey is at now, he need to go be with his daddy, so his dad can show him how to be a man, because I can't do that. All right? So, you know what I'm saying? Kanye didn't have that growing up, as a lot of you dudes didn't. And as a guy who did, and let me be honest with y'all, Pops wasn't always there all the time, man. At least in a capacity to where it would contribute to me becoming a decent man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I remember, man, my pops used to be out there in the streets just like me. We used to get money together. We used to be on some straight crazy stuff together. I love my pops to death. That's why I'm glad we're making the transition and we doing the thing we're doing now, man, because it's a beautiful thing, right? Whereas you see me and Pops breaking stuff down on Spiritual Roots Sunday, Pops ain't gonna be on the show tonight. Just wanna let y'all do it. Like, y'all see that? It's the same way it used to be when I used to be in the street selling dope, and my Pops was a dope fiend, and he used to have and know all the dope fiends up north. And we was basically in business with each other. Right? You did? Yeah, some of that. So that's why I got hella respect for my pops, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, but my pops wasn't always a positive influence on me, right? But he was a positive enough influence on me that he instilled in me, and I seen with my own eyes. I seen my dad provide. I seen him protect. I seen him doing that. Even when he got on drugs real heavy and we started doing that, he still, you know, although it was under a very dysfunctional circumstance, you understand what I'm saying? And I still learned a lot, even to this day, from my pops. And I'm very thankful to still have my pops. But you can tell that Kanye, he didn't grow up with a constant his pops constant presence in his life in any type of fashion. You can tell that he was raised by his mama. Kanye is very, very feminine in a lot of his ways. You know what I'm saying? To how he handled his emotions, to how he dressed at times, some of his mannerisms. You know, even when you think about his thought process, how Kanye thinks about certain things, he thinks about them from, you know, you can tell it's very, his perspective on the way he sees things is very, very much influenced by the way his mama thought and saw things. You can tell that. I can anyway. right? You know what I'm saying? I could tell that Kanye didn't have no strong male presence in his life. I can tell. You know, me on the other hand, even though my pops was, you know, basically, I'm gonna say for the more or less part in and out, but constantly there, you know what I'm saying? I had the privilege of coming up in the neighborhood I came in. At the time I came up, I'm talking about like the literal time, like the 90s. And, you know, so I had the privilege of being raised around some very, very gamed up individuals on all spectrums, from dudes who was street hustlers, from dudes who was corporate guys, from dudes who was independent businessmen. I had the privilege through my mom. I thank my mom for this too. Due to what my mom was involved with, doing hair and all that stuff, the different guys and clients, you know what I'm talking about? I just was able, you know what I'm talking about, to from not only from my own actual father, but from many other men doing manly things. I was able to see the example of what manhood is from many different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So, and I appreciate my mom for that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate my pops for that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My father wasn't the only man to teach me about manhood. And I'm very grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? XL Pro was happening, man. I'm very, very thankful and grateful for that, y'all. I mean, I really am. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me pull this graphic up for y'all real quick. I mean, I truly am, man. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the 90s, growing up, you understand me? With the brothers I was you know what I'm saying, had the access to, and you know what I'm saying, who I was being mentored by, you know what I'm saying, in the after school programs in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I had the privilege of being put up on game by different types of men standing on manhood and masculinity. You know what I'm saying? From my pimp homeboy, Sweet James, all the way up to my mentor, Rob, who is an architect now, who never was in the streets in his life. Right? That man is married now, about to start his own architectural firm. I'm 43, so Rob, like what, 50, 51 now? You feel me? About to open up his own architectural firm, doing work in the community with the kids. I'm gonna have him on the show. He does a program where he is advocating for getting young Black engineers and young Black, grafters and goddamn it, you know what I'm saying, architects. You feel me? Creating and building structures. You know what I'm saying? He got a geometry program going on with that. Man, listen, man, I know some brothers doing beautiful things, man. I'm about to have them on the show too, man. Shout out to my brother XL Pro. Y'all seen, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, share on social engineering, man. Listen, man, contribute to your interest, man. Support your interest. Hit that cash slap. We monetize over here. This is a business I'm running, man. I don't care about none of you niggas saying nothing, man. Listen, at McDonald's advertise, Walmart advertise, goddamn it, who else? Everybody who's in business advertises their business, right? So all y'all out there talking about some quit, no, man. McDonald's gonna ask y'all to stop, to not buy their burgers. You think I'm gonna sit here and not suggest, ask, even tell to support the financial? You think I'm a businessman? We doing business over here, whether y'all know it or not. You did. But anyway, man, those who get it and know it, do it. You feel me? And I appreciate y'all. Got something special coming for y'all too. I don't really like to talk about stuff until it's actually in the works, like physically. But you know what I'm saying? I will let y'all know that I am working on something behind the scenes for all my loyal subscribers and supporters. Appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna put something real nice together for y'all. It's gonna benefit everybody. More on that later. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like I say, I'm not here to like lambast my brother. You know what I'm talking about? Because it ain't up until he became cognitive and wittingly aware, right, of what the situation was. This wasn't his fault, right? Kanye didn't ask to be sexualized by his mother, according to him. He didn't ask for his mother to engage with the sexual acts. I'm pretty sure that maybe might have happened, allegedly, according to Kanye. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm familiar with the story. I know lots of guys and told me very similar things. Lots of guys, too much for me to even count, man. You hear me? Like, I'm going to just tell y'all this, man. And this is why I say I thank God for my experience. And I know put me on the path I'm on. And even everything that I've had to experience along the way, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. When I was in the joint this time around, this last trip that I did, 8, 9 going on years ago, since I've been at home. I've been 9 years it'll be this year. Damn, that went by fast. You hear me? I remember hearing so many stories from brothers, man. And it got to the point to where I started to keep count. And by the time I got to like 30, down near 40, just in one dorm, I said, man, this is a thing. This is an issue, man. Right? Some we don't even hear getting discussed or talked about. Right? And I think we should discuss and talk about it because this is the reason why I got a lot of these brothers running around here soft and feminine as hell. This is why the prisons is filled right now. You got a whole bunch of dudes raised by their mamas who don't know how to control their emotions. Right? And that's just what it is. Sadder part about it is a lot of these mothers were sexually violating their sons. I'm talking about, man, like story after story of like, your mom did what, my nigga? Like, this is not something we talk about. That's not something we're gonna get discussed because we'll be too much focused on, or we talk about what fathers do. Not saying that that's not something we shouldn't discuss, but I'm saying that's something we, you know, we pretty much are aware of that to some degree. Right? Kanye, though, I'm gonna be honest with y'all when I first heard this story, I'm like, man, Kanye capping, man. Like, like he just be saying shit though, right? But at the same time, you know, as me being a guy who has this experience, I wouldn't play. I would like to think that Kanye wouldn't play like that. But you know, who's to say, right? Who's to say, man? You know, Kanye got music coming out. He got whatever he got popping. So you can say that he doing this just to get some media attention on whatever music he got coming out, which could possibly potentially be true. I'm not saying that that's not true. But at the same time, you know what I'm talking about? This is crazy, man. Like all the stuff you can say to be controversial and sell your album, this is the way you're gonna go. Like, damn, son. Right? Like, wow, man. You know? You said you thought he was promoting the album that sell probably shit. It's so pause worthy, y'all. I ain't about to play no, man. Y'all hear about what happened in Vancouver?
Cousins, where he reveals having an incestuous relationship with his cousin as a child. In the explicit lyrics, he describes how they discovered adult magazines and began reenacting what they saw.
Hollywood rapper Kanye West's social media posts have...
Let's listen to this. Y'all heard that song? Super wicked, Jack. I ain't gonna take nothing away from you. Wicked. Demonic, man. That's why I say, man. When it comes to Ye, man, Ye clearly got some entities involved in his situation, man. He got going on. And he going through some, but his torment is all self-inflicted, right? I always tell y'all that you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon because of what you do. And, you know, Kanye likes to tiptoe on this line of, you know, to where sometimes when he do other things, it's kind of like, you know, you kind of like being on some blasphemy type shit. You understand me? You kind of being disrespectful. You know, and it's the kind of stuff that happened to you, be happening to you, because you can't play with God. I'm gonna tell you like that, man. I learned from firsthand experience. Don't play when it comes to the Most High, man. I'm not saying that you got to be holy, saying the thing. I mean, do what you need to do. What I'm saying is, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Like little Lola Brooks said, don't play with it. Don't play with the Most High. Don't do it. You be better off just saying your prayers and living your life so that you figure out what, man, don't be sitting there playing, man. Don't play no games, though, bro. And y'all know what I mean by playing. Don't be out here getting your Kirk Franklin on and stuff like that. Then it comes to the point to where you profiting, you making money. Now that's a whole nother ball game, Jack. That's why I say, man, I still don't condemn. I don't want to, I don't want to see, like I said, I don't. Exactly, I feel, bro. You know, like I say, this, when I say not lambast or chastise or whatever, you know, you want to call it, roast, blaze, whatever, call Kanye out, I'm not saying not to do that, because we got to be held accountable, right? What I'm saying we shouldn't do is we should try to do so from the most righteous place we can, not from a place of like indignation or a place of like you know, and we ain't in no moral position in our own personal life to really do that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like you know, a so-called religious perspective, because most of us just ain't living right. Most of us, especially us. So, you know, the collective smoke we be having for our brothers of Kanye, I respect it and I love it, because when I know it's coming from people who coming from a place of care and concern for our brother, not only for his well-being as far as being a father, but for his soul. But I see a lot of y'all just be Kanye hating, like y'all just so much better, right? And that's why when I always talk about my brother Kanye, I do so from the perspective of a guy who's, you know, been in worse places probably than where he's been. How about that? You know, the only exception between me and my brother Kanye is that I was actually raised by men. He wasn't. Clear, and you can tell he wasn't. You can tell when one of us wasn't raised with no manhood principle. I'm talking about strong, masculine man. You can tell when we wasn't raised by that. You can tell. And Kanye definitely was not at all. You can tell he was raised by nothing but female influence. You can tell. It literally exudes from his pores. And everything Kanye don't do masculine shit. The most masculine shit you see Kanye do is when he's being a father to his children. or when he making music. And when I mean literally when he's in the studio and you see him on them boards, the ones and twos, the MPC, you see him chopping up samples. That's when you see our homeboy Kanye in his masculine mode. Any other time, he in his not so masculine mode. he in his Donda mode. But you know, Kanye love his mama, man. I mean, why wouldn't you? This person who's been your sole caretaker and provider for most of your life, of course, you're going to have an affinity, a bond, a connection with them way more so than your other parent with whom you're not. If that's the situation, which sadly is the situation for a lot of us. Like I say, I'm fortunate in the sense that, you know, even though Pops was around in and out, but he was constantly around, right? Constantly around. And, you know, I learned a lot from my Pops, good and bad. You feel me? And I will say the good outweighs the bad, right? You know, I think I actually lived with my Pops for a period of about 2-3 years before I even started going to middle school and all that shit down in Atlanta. We used to live in Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? So I actually live with my Pops. You know what I'm saying? My mom actually did the same thing. My mom wasn't going to prevent me from being with my Pop. My mom knew at the point in time what was going on. Rest in the essence to K-Ro. Rest in the essence to my older brother K-Ro, man. He was wilding out as a young boy, right? My brother was wild, going to juvie, all that crazy. Wow, he was a wild young boy. He was so wild that my mom didn't want him to be a negative influence on me. So she did what I really think was the best decision she ever made. One of the best decisions she ever made was sending me to my father. And I say that because it was her best thing for her to do, because as a mom, you know, my brother wilding out, she already ain't got no control over him. You feel me? It was in her best interest to send her younger son, who has a different father than her other son, with his father, while I figure all this other stuff out, right? And I will always tell my mom, I always thank her for that. But at the flip side to that is, when I had moved to Atlanta, in no way my mom could have knew this, no way my Pops could have knew this at the time anyway, right? They didn't know that, my Pops didn't know that his new wife's daughter was probably a victim of sexual violation herself and was doing the stuff to me she was doing. I never said anything about it. You feel me? And I understand this is why I said children, I understand why children would keep something like that a secret for many reasons, right? And maybe we can get into that on another, we can get into that because that's what we're talking about, right? It's the reason why we keep that a secret. One, shame, especially a little boy, right? Because when we trick ourselves in our minds as little boys, we trick our minds into thinking that we wanted it, we liked it, and it's okay because we're young boys, and that's just something we eventually going to do when we grow up anyway. And when we get older, we try to mask that trauma that's from that we experienced from that by saying stuff like, trying to make it like it's cool, like we started having sex when we was a young age, and no. You feel me? And I used to tell brothers that all the time, man, like, nah, man. Nah, there's nothing natural or normal about a young boy of 8 or 9 years old being sexually violated or sexualized in any way by a female that's older than him. Even if she's not an adult. If a little boy is 8 and he's being sexually violated by a 15-year-old, 14, 15-year-old, does that make the traumatization any less? Right? You feel me? And that's more, and the reason why I don't say nothing was because, like I say, lots of reasons, man. Shame, like I said, the number one thing is shame. Number two is nobody gonna believe you. Right? Or two, it was, you know what I'm saying? And listen here, y'all, because this is what I think happened with Kanye. This is what I'm finally gonna think due to this situation. If this is true, which I have no reason to think Kanye just made this up. It kind of adds into what I'm saying, man. Right? And listen here, and this is what I tell my brothers in the joint. Just because you liked it, just because your little joint got hard and you liked it to some degree, that doesn't make it any less traumatizing, and it doesn't mean that you were not violated just because you liked it. The natural response of a male body to a female body is going to be as such, especially if you prepubescent on your way into going into puberty. And I know a lot of us brothers, it's hard to cope with the thought of the reality that what you thought was you getting some pussy at a young age was really you being sexually violated by a chick who was nasty and probably had the same thing done to her when she was a young girl. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to what Kanye was saying about all this, when you get into the actual backstory of what he was actually saying, not just the sound bites and the little clips and stuff like that, it all starts with the family. It all starts with the household, the family structure. He was raised mostly by his mother. Donda West, as we clearly can see from pictures of her, God bless the dead, rest in the essence to her. This is not to lambaste her or make her look bad or assassinate her character. Kanye's already done a job of that. You know, Kanye's already done a good job of assassinating his mother's character, as well as to some degree herself when she was alive, right? But when you look at pictures of Donda West, man, she's a staunch, hardcore feminist. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, due to the sexualization that Kanye is talking about, as he has been, I wouldn't be surprised if Donda interacted and engaged in some homosexual behavior with other women. I wouldn't be surprised at that if it ever came out, or it could some chick later down the lines and say, I used to be involved in a romantic relationship with Donda West. I wouldn't be surprised about nothing like that. Right? Damn, man, my brother Kanye, man. Right? But even through all of this, Kanye is independent. He owns all his music. When Kanye releases music, he ain't got to break bread with no record labels. When Kanye releases music now, he don't have to go through none of the rigmaroles of, he can release music when he want and he can release what he want. And I respect him for that. But it comes with a heavy, heavy cost, though. Right? With a heavy cost. And, you know what I'm saying? Kanye, brother, man, you know, all you can do is just pray for the brother, man. He trying to be a spook who sat by the door, but, you know, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, man. You cannot have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I think at some point we all learn that the hard way. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to be all in or not. Right? But what we want to do is, right? Right? And since, and hold on, let me just, you know, let me check something out for y'all real quick. Shout out to Kanye, man. Let's pray for our brother, man. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this, though, Kanye, I can't respect this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to like have my brother Kanye back, man. I be really want to. When he do stuff like this, I gotta be like, God damn, Yeezy, man. My nigga, man. Real black gentleman, what's up with you, brother? RBG, what's happening? Happy beautiful Sunday to you, brother. He say down bad for real. You gotta go to a counselor for shit like this, not the world. That's a fact, RBG. You already know what's up, bro. You gotta go to goddamn you definitely gotta go see you some therapy about this, man. You supposed to go to the Most High, go get you some therapy in private, talk about stuff like this, man. You know. Right. And just for y'all to give confirmation of the information, because this is one thing I do respect about Kanye, man. I mean, I gotta say this, man. I gotta say, this is one of the things I do respect about Kanye West, man. Right. 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 My man Kanye, man. Right. Right. And I'll show y'all the plethora, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can go check this out. So, Dan Patrick, what's happening, man? Kanye West is not currently signed to any major record label. His previous label, Def Jam Records, ended their contract with him in 2021. Since then, Kanye has been completely and totally independent as an artist and producer since 2021. That's going on 4 years now. Look at the music he's released from 2021 to now. All independent. This new album, independent, right? Just think about that. And you understand why Kanye is under so much scrutiny, man, and why they allow him to do these antics. I think part of it is part of his, you know, his humiliation shit. I think personally is why I say you can't have one foot in, one out. You know what I'm saying? And this is why Kanye is still here, right? I think these people know that if they was to get rid, they already tried it once, right? And it didn't work. And if y'all remember when that first happened with Kanye back in the day, y'all remember what he was saying, man. Right. I ain't gonna get into that though, man. My man RBG, so I can't even listen to music anymore, man. I feel you. I be feeling the same way at times about certain stuff, man. I just like, man, I just always keep just listening to old stuff, man. Right. Right. But Kanye, though, man, Kanye's fully independent. So this is why I respect this about Kanye, because I ain't got to worry about no copyright, nothing like that when it comes to sharing his music. Because one thing I can say, because I don't share Kanye's music, Kanye don't flag people on YouTube. He doesn't do that. Right? And I know what type dude Kanye is, man. Kanye pays attention to his social media personally. He ain't got nobody doing it for him. He handles that personally. Yeah, it's like, damn, I couldn't have said it better myself, Dan Patrick. And this is why I gotta, I'll be looking at Yeezy like, bruh, like, You know what I'm saying? You can't keep playing, bro. That's why the stuff that be happening to Ye be happening because he keep playing. Right? But fortunately for us, since our brother is a genius in the way that he is, right, we can play his music on our platforms and we ain't got to worry about getting no copyright strikes or nothing for it because Ye is independent. He produces, writes, owns the master's publishing and everything he puts out. So, you know, if you get a notification that you use this stuff and he don't like it, it's up to him. But I would imagine for the most part, Kanye puts his music out and releases his music mostly on platforms like YouTube because he wants the world to hear his music. He ain't worried about no money or nothing from that stuff, record sales, man. He catches it on the back end when he go touring, if he decides to go touring. Because if y'all think Kanye's a billionaire, he don't really have to make music anymore. He much rather focus on shoes and clothes and stuff, right? Which I respect, because once you transcend, but and you still put out dope music, like, right? So we about to listen to this song, man. I ain't listened to it. I wanted to wait to listen to it with y'all, right? Right. We done heard all the platforms, all the outlets discuss our brother. Listen, over here, A-Real Talk moving forward, I'm not going to be playing a lot of other people's content. Not the video anyway. I'll do the audio, but not the video. Because it's too much with the copyright and stuff and all that. And, you know, these people be acting funny and, you know, that'd be taken away from your monetization of certain content you make. And, you know, you got to box cleverly. You know what I'm saying? I'll show y'all still images, but when it comes to audio, we want to play that stuff separate. No video, very few video. Unless it's like people who I know is cool, like O'Shea, like my brother Red, like Sir Ism. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye don't mind if you share his stuff. I'd use plenty of Kanye's content, and I never once got flagged for it. Not once. Never got nothing from Kanye saying he ain't want me to do it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm convinced that Kanye monitors his own social media. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I don't know it to be a fact, but I know enough about a guy like Kanye to where I would not be surprised if he monitored all his social media. He ain't got nobody doing it for him. He's doing it himself. That's the type of guy Kanye is, man. He's a micromanaging type guy. That's that obsessive compulsive disorder he got. You know what I'm saying? That's that bipolar stuff that they say he got. It ain't no bipolar. It's just that he just got something like myself. He just have a million thoughts at once in his head, and oddly has the ability to focus on as many as he possibly can at the same time. I didn't say focus on all of them, but he has the ability to focus on as much of them that he can handle at the same time. But you can start to see that coupled with all the trauma he's been through, he cracks up every now and again. He don't need to be on medication. What he need to do is he need to unplug. What he need to do is he need to focus on that which brings him peace. And when he doing this Sunday service thing, when he doing this clothes thing, when he ain't like out here trying to like prove that he's the best artist and all of that and just make beautiful music and let us decide what it is, then he be in his bag. But when he, you know, you got to think of the things Kanye is involved with. You got to think of the things Kanye has done. And maybe even potentially is still willing to do that we don't know about or he don't talk about. Monique Robinson, what's good, girl? Right? My brother Kanye just put this song. I have not heard this song. Put a number 11 in the chat if you heard this song, Cousins. It's only like 2 minutes and 17 seconds long. So it is. It's exactly 2 minutes and 17 seconds long. It's not a long song at all. We're going to listen to it in its entirety. Right? Right? And my man King Worldwide, I'm gonna use your content because you got the lyrics to the song, right? And I want us to read the lyrics. So put a number 11 in the chat. Put a number 11 in the comment section. If you haven't heard the song, the new song by Kanye called Cousins, where he allegedly he admits to having an incestual relationship with his cousin who's 6 years young, or I'm not gonna say because he doesn't, his cousin who's younger than him. Yes, I've spoken on this many times, man, Monique, man. I've spoken on this many times, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna speak on this some more, man. The spirit of homosexuality, molestation, promiscuity, they are all cousins in a very demonic bloodline, right? And all of their fathers roots lead back to LSD. Sadly enough, Monique, that is very true, right? Sadly. And I suggest our brothers go get some help. Go talk to somebody. That's what I suggest for y'all. Therapy helps. And it's something that's shunned in our so-called Black community, our so-called FBA community. Therapy is something that is heavily shunned upon. And it's my duty and my goal here, with me and my brother Big King L, it's our duty and our goal every talk to dispel that. You niggas go get some therapy. Go talk to some damn body, man. You been carrying that trauma all your life, man. You done sit there, been sexually violated by women, possibly men in your family, teachers, whoever. You know, you done did stuff that you're not proud of as a result of this traumatic experience when you was a kid. Whether it was by somebody who was close to the family, actually in your family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Get that trauma up off of you, man. It is not yours to own and keep like a badge of honor. It is yours to release yourself from, but while always knowing that it wasn't your fault why it happened to you. Could have been. Right? Not as a child, especially not as a child. And you got to understand how that residue resides and abides within you and presides over you when you let it fester and go unhealed. Right? So y'all brothers sit out there and go get some goddamn help, man. Go talk to somebody, man. You know, get that off your chest, man. Don't be holding that stuff in, man. I done see so many brothers break down. You hear me? And once they release that trauma and the pain and everything associated with it, you see them get lighter. You see the color start to come back in their eye. You start to see, you know what I'm saying, a real burden lifting off of them just to say it out your mouth, man. All right, you gotta let that stuff go, man, because you know we get taught to hold our stuff in. We get taught to not, you know, and due to our society, man, like I say, our young boys, we being sexualized through the music, through imagery on TV and everything else. So we sit up here and get perceptually prepared to be sexually violated. If and when it actually happens, we don't go tell nobody, don't say nothing about it. For the same reasons on the other spectrum that when it happens to young girls, they don't say anything about it. Right? Now think about that. This is why I always say I understand why a little kid wouldn't say something. There's many reasons that could lead to that. Like I said, shame, coercion, you feel me? Not wanting to, you know, disrupt certain situations, you know, if it's a family member or some stuff like that, you know, or maybe it's a thing where things like this have occurred and they said something and nobody believed them. That's the thing too. That's the thing. So, you know what I'm saying? There's many things that can factor into that though, man. But it always manifests in your life as you grow up into adulthood. Somehow, some way. Now let's listen to this song, man. I've never heard this song. I've been waiting to do this show to listen to it. I want to listen to it with y'all. Right? And we're going to get to it. We're going to play the lyric video by this brother right here, King Worldwide. Right? And we're going to get to it, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share your social engineering, man.
I'm not rocking with a lot of this AI stuff, but AI on Wix, now
I'm
that's
not rocking with none of them new AI.
Hanging with my cousin, reading 30 magazines. We seen two niggas kiss and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head.
Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo. Hey, I'm laughing, right? But it's not funny. So let me scale back. All right. You know, the childlike little laugh, but seriously though. This is where most of this stuff starts at, man. Right? Look at them lyrics, man. Look at them lyrics, man. These are very disturbing lyrics, man. Pause over this whole part of the show. Big pause. Right? But let's dissect this. Let's unpack this. Right? Hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen some niggas kiss, and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we started reenacting everything that we had seen. Pause. I don't even want to repeat that, man. That's wild. Right? Now, imagery is a powerful thing, man. And as young children, we're very impressionable. Right? Very much so easy to be led to doing some stuff that we know isn't right, but we don't all the way know is wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Right? And I agree. Right? I don't think Ye should have put this in a song. I don't think that. This is something that Ye should have went to therapy about. I'll just say, you know, you could say artistic expression, whatever, but man, this just wasn't it, man. This wasn't it. This was something that Kanye could have handled in the privacy of his own private life, behind the scenes, off the internet, offline. He could have went and sought the best psychological help he could have got and discussed this with a professional who has a client agreement that they signed to keep such things confidential. This ain't none of our business, Kanye. But at the same time, you feel me? Even though Kanye is very influential, very powerful, and could use his star power, if you would, his celebrity, if you would, to shine a light on this very unfortunate happenstance that is very rampant in our community, Not saying it's not rampant in other communities, but I don't give a damn about what happens amongst other communities right now. I'm talking about us black folks. Specifically us. Only us. That's what I'm discussing right now. So when y'all coming and be hitting me in the email with the, I'm not talking about other races, man. I know this. I don't need y'all to tell me that. I know this. Not talking about them. I'm talking about us. Like I said, if that's just too much for you to handle, then you ain't in the right place. Please remove yourself. Right? We hold ourselves to the highest account over here above everybody else. We don't blame the white man, the system, or everybody else all the time. And when we're placing the blame, is rightfully so. I just wish Kanye didn't do this, man. There really was no need for him to. It's causing more harm than good. Right? Now, is there going to be somebody who comes out and admits to certain behaviors that they may have done with their cousin that is similar? I wouldn't be surprised, man. Yeah, I mean, and we do, Monique, and I know that, man. But it's a certain way to go about doing stuff. And this, I just don't think this was it, man. You know? Because Kanye got daughters, man. He got little boys. He got kids, man. And he already painted in the public eye as being unstable, unhinged, crazy. What more fuel for the fire from Kim do he need to give her by saying some goofy shit like this? If she ever wanted to go for, he's unstable, I don't trust him around my kids. Now that he's made this song publicly admitting that he engaged in sexual violation of his cousin, whether his cousin through Kanye is saying that he was with it and consented is irrelevant. It's sexual violation nonetheless, and that's what us men, when we grow up and think about our trauma we've been through with some female who sexually violated us as a young boy, right? We get older as men, we try to like excuse that shit. Like, nah, that wasn't sexual violation. Nah, we got some pussy. Like, no, bro, you were sexually violated. You were 8 or 9 and she was like 16, 17, bro. She sexually violated you, bro. She didn't give you no pussy. What the fuck, man? She didn't give you some pussy, bro. She sexually violated you. Right? And Kanye putting this song out, Kim could be like, he's unhinged. I don't trust my kids around him. He admitted to doing this to his cousin. Right? It just was an all-around bad move, man. Right? And being that Kanye has already been publicly sectioned, we all know publicly that Kanye has been diagnosed clinically with bipolar disorder. We all know publicly that Kanye has been prescribed medication for this, which we know him also publicly to intentionally not take. And then we get a rant from him when he's allegedly off his meds. Yeah, I'm about to listen. I'm about to play the whole song. But I just wanted to stop it right here so y'all can see, and so y'all can see the words for yourselves, right? I wanted to unpack this right here, this part real quick, because this is what everybody is hearing. You feel me? This is the famous soundbite. You know what I mean? I just want everybody to see this so you can actually see with your own eyes the words he's actually saying, which is causing so much controversy. And Kanye is so much of a musical genius that he created a melody out of this. And unless you actually listen to the words of the song, you be so involved with the music, you wouldn't even pay attention to that. This is why I say this wasn't it, Kanye, man, because you know, people listen to your Kanye, to your music, Kanye, specifically to see what you're going to say. They're dissecting. Some people you listen to and you don't be really trying. But Kanye, you when the Kanye rapping, you want to listen. We are listening to what Kanye is saying. Other times, some of y'all artists, people just listen to y'all because y'all sound good on the beat. As y'all young people say today, it's a vibe. Everything about a goddamn vibe with y'all these nowadays. I sound old, man. I sound like an old man, like an old fuddy-duddy. Everything's about a vibe with you young varmints. Yeah, it's all about a vibe with y'all motherfuckers nowadays, man. Right? Y'all never say if y'all want a good vibe or a bad vibe or a neutral vibe or a high frequency or low frequency vibe. Y'all just want a damn vibe. Just any type of vibe. Not knowing that vibes that you can sync and link and train upon you and you know, get on the same accord with, not necessarily may always be a good vibe, a positive vibe. It might be a vibe that you don't need to be catching. Yes, a high percentage, man. High percentage. Right? You gotta think, according to Kanye, he was sexualized by his own mother. So think of the extra layer of trauma added on with that. Would it be an incestual from generational incest, molestation, promiscuity? I told y'all these demons are their family. They're related to each other, just like you related to just like Kanye related to his cousin. Homosexuality, molestation, promiscuity, they're all related to each other. That's why they can manifest amongst each other, meaning you could be sexually violated by a man as a woman when you were a young woman, when you're a young lady, but that might manifest into you being promiscuous with men, with women, with both. It might manifest with you being only into, right? You might only be into the sexual promiscuity with just women or just men. Or like I said, both. It manifests different. Just because you was violated sexually by a male, if you were a male, doesn't mean that you're going to turn out to be a homosexual male. Right? But then again, you could. Like I said, that it depends on how your life experiences go to where that entity, that demon will manifest through your life. Right? Let's get back to the song though, man. You feel me? I wanna listen to this song in its entirety, and then we're gonna unpack, right? But I just wanted to show y'all that part right there real quick, because this is the part of the song that we all talking about right here. A lot of times I say who listened to the song so we can get some context and listen to the song in its entirety before we get to saying, oh, but I mean, you know, it's just, man, listen here, man. Let's go, y'all, man. Shout out to Yeezy, man.
Hanging with my cousin, reading 30 magazines. We seen two niggas kiss and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head, I gave my cousin head, I gave my cousin head. And I know these niggas start to judge me now. And I know these niggas about to judge me now. Told it off when we was hanging now. I was my cousin not to tell nobody. People tell me take it to my grave. The truth will set you free someday. I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. They thought I was gay. Now I ain't Don't help me, it just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria, I'm not talking about a man. Told her don't leave me, cause I need you by my side. As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be alright. In that one time that you left me, I didn't get no sleep that night. In that one time that you left me, I took 10 breaks to get high. 10 breaks to get high. Pray that I don't die. But if I die, you in the sky. 2 bites of the quake. Don't leave, just stay, man. Let's go on a vacay. Leave the world behind. Leave the world behind. Leave the world behind. Nitrous don't help me, it just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria, I'm not talking about a man. Told her don't leave me, cause I need you by my side. As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be alright. Then I'll probably be alright. Took 10 breaks to get high. 10 breaks to get high. Pray that I don't die. But if I die, you in the sky. 2 bites of the quake. Don't leave, just stay, man. Let's go on a vacay. Leave the world behind.
Very, very cryptic. Very disturbing. Let's
And I know
unpack
that niggas
this.
about to judge me now. And I know they niggas about to judge me now. Throw that off when we was hanging now. I was my cousin not to tell nobody. Please watch out me take it to my grave. You can set you free someday. I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. They thought I was gay.
Right, now let's unpack that. Right. This might be the worst song I ever heard from Kanye, man. Can't dance to this song. You can't vibe to this song. You only listen to this song to listen to the very outlandish lyrics of the shock and awe that I'm pretty sure Kanye intentionally did when he was making this song. Right? And I'm not saying it's not. This is just, I know music can be cathartic and therapeutic. Trust me, I know. I'm an artist. I rap. I write songs. I've written songs for other people. You know, me and E&E, you know, we got new music coming and we stay in the studio. We stay cooking up some new stuff. So, I mean, you know, we're artists ourselves too. So, I mean, I get it. But at the same time, man, and I understand expressing your personal experiences and your pain through your music, but certain things do not need to be shared. Right? Let me tell you why. Kanye is sharing this information, and it's not coming from a place of pain or of wanting to heal. It's more or less coming from a place of exploitation. And how I know this to be true, because I know I'm not the only person that feels or thinks this. So I don't feel like Kanye's like trying to help people who've been in a similar situation. I don't feel like Kanye is trying to help people who've been sexualized by the members of their family through incestual sexual violation. I don't think that Kanye is trying to shine a light on that with this. I don't think he's being sympathetic or empathetic to the people who have this experience. I think Kanye is using his personal experience as a shock and awe to sell music. Because why ain't Kanye been talking about this then? Why doesn't he have any programs advocating for helping these children who go through the same experience he's been? Why have we never heard him publicly talk about it? Why doesn't he give any of his money to these organizations? Why doesn't he have his own? He does have a foundation in his mother's name, though. The question we ought to be asking in this is, whose porn did he have access to? Now, he said his dad had porn. So his father was looking in porn magazines, which I mean, you know, I ain't going to say that there's nothing wrong with having porn or liking porn. I'm not going to say that. I think there's something inherently wrong with porn and watching porn and those who watch porn. I think, matter of fact, I know for a fact that if you engage in the ritualistic, if you engage in the constant consumption of pornographic content, I'm going to say that you more than likely have been sexually violated at some point in your life that you probably don't even remember, right? And I'm also going to say that more than likely you have some sexual demons residing over you or abiding within you or presiding over you due to familial demon genetic manipulation, or should I say to the genetic or the generational demons being passed down from generation to generation. And that's my whole thing. RBG went from his cousin to a bunch of drugs. Like, and he said from the time his cousin was 6 to the time his cousin was 14, which is 8 years. Right? These some very cryptic and graphic lyrics. See, when I listen to this song, I'm not getting the energy that Kanye's like, you know, having empathy or even sympathy for people who have experienced this similar situation. Nah. Kanye's exploiting the situation. Kanye's so much so parading the situation. For what reason, I have no idea other than other reasons that other people obviously are saying. But since I don't know that to be true, I ain't gonna speak on it in that way. We'll just speak on it in the way I'm speaking about now. It ain't for me to sit here and discuss whether Kanye is using this as antics to sell his music, but although that will be brought up, that's not the point, right? Yeah, that's what he said in the song. I mean, he literally said it in the song. He said, hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen some niggas kiss and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin pause. Then he goes on to say in the second verse, I know these niggas about to judge me. Started off when we was hanging out. Told my cousin not to tell nobody. People tell me to take it to my grave. Truth will set you. Listen. People tell me take it to my grave. What people was telling him this? Y'all gotta break these. Listen, he said people tell me take it to my grave. Who? Whose people? Who did Kanye share this with that is telling him to take it to his grave? What people are telling you this, Kanye? Right? Smash that like button, click on that subscribe page. I'm about to drop the link here in a second too, because I want to hear what some of y'all got to say. People tell me take it to my grave. Truth will set you free someday. I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. They thought I was gay. Now, hold up. Now, this is where the confusion is, and this is why I say when we're thinking about the spirit of homosexuality, we're thinking about the epitome of confusion. The Most High God, Yeshua Mashiach, is not the author of confusion. So to all y'all out there who ascribe, identify with, as being gay, you have a demon. And you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon, this sexual molestation, this promiscuous, this homosexual demon residing and abiding over you because of what you do. Right? Not the other way around. It's not like you just innocent, especially when you become a certain age, an adult. When you become an adult, it is your duty to get the proper healing you know you should get from your childhood trauma, because this is also around the age when memories start coming back. Especially if you had some violations done to you when you was little. Right? RBG say, I judge Kanye as talking too much about some ish he was obviously counseled to keep to himself. All right. Right. And it's not that he talking too much about it. I just think this was the wrong way to go about it. Because like I say, Kanye he's not even releasing this song in the aspect of advocating for people who've been through this and getting them the help they need. He's exploiting the situation. Clearly. I say Kanye a wild dude for this one, man. I can't respect this Kanye, man. I absolutely cannot. I was sitting here and I wanted to make sure before I listened to this song, I wanted to remove all bias. I said, I'm gonna listen to the song. I'm gonna listen to it live on the show with the brethren and the sister so they can see that I'm not being biased. I'm not sitting up here putting 100 on 10. I'm not fanning out or none of that fan because I'm a fan of Kanye's music and his artistry. No, I'm being fair across the board. I knew when I first heard about this, I was like, I can't. I was like, man, yay. Oh my God, damn, DC, man. I said, I got to listen to the song, but I want to listen to it live with y'all. Now that I listen to the song, I'm like, now I know why I instantly went with, I can't do it, bro. I can't respect my brother Kanye for giving us this information in the way that he did through the song. Like, I just can't respect it, and I don't accept it because it just don't seem genuine. It's not genuine to me. I don't hear or feel true care and concern for this experience that possibly I know for a fact has been held, or should I say this experience has been experienced by lots of us. And when I say lots of us, I'm talking about specifically Black men. I'm pretty sure he has, RBG. He ain't said it to no therapist, though. I could tell by the way Kanye he don't go to no therapy. He ain't really sat down and got some real therapy. He's never been really psychoanalyzed by an actual person in his face. He's never been shrunk to his face, right? Not by somebody who truly care and concern for his health, being just not just doing their job. And it definitely ain't been by somebody who's been where he's from, right? Kanye the type of dude to where he goes to a therapy session and somebody get to actually challenge him on stuff that he think he's right about and he possibly could be wrong on it, he'll probably walk out of the damn session like, you know what? Like, no, man, this ain't working for me, man. You're not going to tell me. You got to understand, like, and I told y'all this before, this is why it's good to go to a therapist with whom you have nothing in common with. Because when you start being real about what's going on with your life and all that stuff, you're going to be making it about everybody and everything else except you, while that therapist not knowing a can of paint about you, right? Don't knowing you from a can of paint, don't know nothing about you except what's in your medical record. That person is going to be so subjective because while you're focusing on everything that contributed to why your life is the way it is, she's going to be contributed to focusing on you and how you played a part in it. What did you do? What did you not do? What was done? What was not done to you by you? Huh? And that's the difference. That's why you go to people who you don't know, because they don't have no emotional connection with you. So they don't have a reason to lie to you or try to cater or cajole to your emotions. They don't have a dog in the fight. You can't get mad at them. They don't know anything about you. They can't hold anything over your head. They can't use the trauma that you shared with them to somehow lambaste you or put you in place when you do the same to them. They don't know anything about you, so you can't even do a personal dig on them. You can't say anything personal about your therapist. You don't know them. That's why it's good to go to somebody who you do not know. What's the point of going to somebody who you don't know and spilling all your deep, dark secrets so they can give you a very subjective and objective at the same time point of view of how you are the common denominator in all your life fractions? And while you making it about, oh, my mama, my daddy, my sister, my cousin, my this, they're going to be making it about you. Constantly bringing up to your awareness what part you played in the situation. Most people don't, I ain't going to say they can't handle that. Most people don't want to handle that. They're not psychologically prepared to deal with the actual facts. This is why we create firewalls around our fucking traumatic experiences and shit. But over the years, those psychological, emotional firewalls start to break down, right? That's why it's good for us to be raised in two-parent homes so we can get a nice balance of how to handle our emotions from a feminine side with our mom and the masculine side from our father. So we know how to feel our emotions in the moment, express them in a healthy way, right? We learn that from our mom and our dad, right? What emotions to invest energy into and what not. That's what we learn from our pops, right? Not so much as don't cry, but this is not something you should be crying about. I know it hurts. You scraped your knee. It's nothing to cry about, right? Your knee is going to heal up. It hurts for right now. You'll be good, right? The type of, pain, hurt that you cry over, the death of a family member, something serious happened. That's where we come in and regulate that, because misplaced emotion, misplaced aggression is where that comes from. I mean, and I'm going to say this, and this is what I'm going to say in response to what you said, Monique. And there's nothing wrong with being uneducated. Uneducated means that you're not doctrinated, in my eyes, because I know lots of uneducated women who are extremely intelligent, right? But I know what you mean, though, Monique. So for the most part, our women aren't educated, informed, knowledge on the things of being a mother and being feminine, being a mother, and learning her role as how to properly instill her goodness she has in her within her son, and how that could be a detriment. Ayanla told y'all, man, it's dangerous for a mother to be presiding over her son by herself. That's dangerous. That's not a great environment for a young man to be growing up in, being raised by his mother or by herself. I don't give a damn how many degrees she got. I don't give a damn how good her career may be. That is a dangerous environment for a young boy to be growing up in, on many levels. And if you can't see how, then that's on you, right? Exactly. RBG say the thing is Kanye could find any therapist he wanted worldwide. He could hire on the Indonesian if he wanted to be extra sure of a lack of. Exactly, RBG. That's my whole point. And this is why I say when this first came out, I'm looking at it like, yeah, it could be true. It probably is, but Kanye's not speaking on this from a perspective, a place of, oh, this happened to me. I know other people have experienced this. I want to help in any way I can through my experience so y'all can be more vocal and comfortable in speaking about it so y'all can get the help that y'all need. No, that's not what Ye is doing. Ye is totally exploiting this situation for his personal gain. Now, he didn't go so far to make it, he didn't say no names, but I'm pretty sure whatever cousin who this is, he know who it is because he said he locked up and all of that stuff. He said it's the cousin. He said he feel bad for what he did to him when he was a young boy when questioned about this song, because he said that he believed that him doing this to his cousin as they was young boys is what led him on a life of criminality. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure that is exactly where all his life went wrong at. But yet still Kanye's out here gallivanting around the world like he Leonardo da Vinci or some shit. And in many ways, Kanye is a Leonardo da Vinci-esque type of guy. I mean, he is. Which explains his hubris and his bravado. You gotta be able to see the cockiness and the arrogance and the selfishness in the releasing of this song on Kanye's part. Kanye doesn't sound ashamed when he's speaking on this experience. No shame whatsoever. Because if he had some shame, he wouldn't have released this damn song. He would have got some therapy, and he would have had a podcast. He would have did something more formal, more professional, more personal. You know? That's just my personal opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, man. I don't know Kanye personally, so I could be wrong. But I just don't think that. I think what I just said. Sound like Kanye's exploiting this situation, not shining a light on it in a way to where somebody could get something positive from it. Not this. I don't think Kanye did this song with the intentions of encouraging other people who have similar experiences to come out and speak about it. That wasn't what I got from this song. What about y'all? Put a number 11 in the chat if you think that Ye released this song with good intentions. Because I just don't see it. I don't see how anybody could benefit from this song in a positive way if it's not financially. This is information that Kanye could have definitely kept to himself, talked about with a therapist, right? And went on about his goddamn business, man. Now we got to look at you crazy a little bit, Kanye. Now we got to look at you when it comes to, you got to understand how these people going to look at you, bruh. And I know Kanye be going off on his whatever, but Kanye, listen, y'all can think whatever y'all want about Kanye. Y'all can think that he crazy. Y'all can think that he batshit crazy. But one thing Kanye ain't is stupid. You hear me? He's not dumb. He's not stupid. He's not ignorant. I believe that Kanye does everything with witting intention. I don't think Kanye does anything like, I was off my meds and nah. I don't think that about Kanye. Kanye is a very intelligent, genius level guy. Might be too much for his own good. But don't never get this messed up when it kind of like he's like doing stuff and he's not aware of it. Like he's out of his mind. Like it's no. Yeah, he's very cunning. That is perfect. That's the perfect word. He's very cunning. He's very clever. Right? And clever is not it's not clever. Positive. Being clever is not positive, so to speak. Lucifer, Satan, and devil was very clever. Yeshua wasn't clever. You understand? I don't know, Yeezy, man. I don't know. Yes, they are. That's why I don't refer to myself as a genius, because I'm not cunning. I'm very straightforward. I'm not going to try to lull you or mystify you or you know, I don't do anything. Nah, man, I'm a forward, straight, direct ass guy. You want to know what my intentions are, because I'm going to tell you, and even better, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to use cunning. You know, I'm not going to use you know, trickery or you know, I'm not about to be like fox-like, if you will, cunning like a fox. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not a clever person. I'm a highly intuitive, intelligent person, though, but clever though. Because when you do things cleverly, you do them with the air of sneakiness. And real ones don't operate in secrecy. We operate in private. Big difference between private and secret. How many of y'all knew there's a difference between privacy and secrecy? And we think that they're the same. We think privacy and secrecy is the same thing. They're not. Exactly. I've never in my life used such a word to describe my character. Cunning? No, I'm not cunning. Charming, but cunning? No. And there's a thin line between being cunning and being charming. I guess you kind of there's very similar in some ways. Then never really thought about that. Maybe cunning, being charming, and cunning is maybe they're similar things, right? But y'all know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Our brother Kanye doing his thing, you know, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see more antics from Yeezy. But this is wild right here, yeah. I gotta say, brother. Like I said, I want to respect Ye, but I can't. When it comes to this, I can't respect this, man. I just can't. Yeah, he did RBG, man. I can't, yeah. I can't respect this, man. Because like I say, as a person who's counseled many guys who have been through this type of situation, when I listened to this song just now with y'all, when I first heard about this, I didn't get an energy from Kanye of him being remorseful, of him doing this with good intentions behind it. Right? Like I said, man, Ye might be a little off. He might be crazy, but one thing Ye is not is stupid. He's not stupid. It absolutely will not be a big hit. Like I said, people ain't going to this song to listen to it, but they can resonate with the experience he's talking about. They're going to it just to see what crazy shit that he's going to say in the lyrics of this song. And why it's causing some of the controversy. This is what I'm saying, Kanye. They're not going to the song because they heard the song or because they've been through a similar situation and they can resonate with you, and it's helping them or encouraging them to talk about it. No, bro. If anything, this is going to make people want to be more quiet, I think. I don't think people are going to hear this and be like, oh, well, Kanye talked about when he stuck the dick in pause. Kanye talked about blowing somebody when he was a little dude. Maybe now I feel cool talking about it. Nah. I don't think that this is the major effect that Ye was going for or was going to be a result. I think Ye put this song out as the single to sell his album he got coming out. Because Playboi Carti, who's heavily influenced by Kanye, and Kanye knows this, just came out with an album. So yeah, man, we're gonna leave it at that, man. I don't want to beat the dead horse, Paul, man. It's really not too much to go further on. You know what I'm saying? Later on tonight, 8 o'clock, I'm about to go run around, do some errands real quick. You know what I'm talking about? And we're gonna be getting into the show later on tonight. Let me sit up here and show y'all what we're gonna be talking about later on tonight, man. You know, shout out to Ye, man. Ye, man, let's just pray for the brother. That's all I'm gonna do. But yeah, when you in this bag, Ray, I can't rock with that bag, man. I can't do it, man. I'm not gonna do it, man. I ain't gonna do it, man. I think Ye is dead ass wrong for dropping this song, for real, for real. I don't feel that this song is helping anybody. I don't feel that Ye released this song with good intentions. I just don't feel that in my heart. I really don't, man. I gotta be honest with y'all. Because if I felt like that, I would say that. I don't. I think Kanye is on some bullshit. I think he released this just to be controversial, to try to sell, shine some light on him, to sell whatever album he got coming out. I really think this is a publicity stunt based on possibly potentially true events. You know, maybe he's off his meds. Maybe this is the other Ye. Y'all ain't know there was 3 different Ye's, did it? And I'm talking about, man, listen. When I say it's 3 different Ye's, I mean it's literally 3 different Ye's. But we ain't gonna get into that. All right. Tonight we're gonna be talking about this though. You already know, Monique. You already know, RBG, man. Straight garbage, man. That song will not be getting no play over here. I would rather listen to Donda, or I would rather listen to Ye. You feel me? This is what we're going to be talking about tonight, man. As y'all know, rest in the essence of Pope Francis, man, the so-called vicar of Christ here on earth. Oh, we're going to get to this later on tonight. And now the current state of the Holy Roman Catholic Empire, church. Oh, my bad. Now it's in a state of uproar of who the new Pope is going to be. I heard Desmond Tutu was in the runner-up for being a Pope. We're going to see what it is. Well, not Desmond Tutu, but you know what I'm saying? Not Desmond Tutu, but the what's the one guy's name, man? Cardinal Pietro Parolin and Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle from the Philippines. So we're going to get into that tonight. All right. Rest in the essence of Desmond Tutu, he died back in 2021. You feel me? But I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that. But the 2 runner-ups is Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle out of Philippines, Pietro Parolin out of goddamn in France, out of I think he out of Rome. He from Italy. Couple more other runner-ups, man. Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzaballa, Peter Erdo out of Hungary, Matteo Zuppi, yeah, there's a lot of them in a runner-up, man. right? Well, y'all enjoy y'all's afternoon, man. We're gonna get to the Pope later on tonight for Spiritual Sunday. Pops ain't gonna be here, but you know, we're gonna still keep it moving and keep it going, man. I'll be back later on, and we're gonna get right to it. And then there's a black guy. I said Desmond Tutu because I'm just used to Desmond Tutu because you know he's like a real famous black carnal, but he died. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of us, like 9 of them. Let me pull it up on the screen. We're gonna get to it later on tonight. How about that? We're gonna get to it later on tonight. It's a couple Italian dudes, couple Hungarian dudes. We got a Filipino dude. Yeah, man, it's a lot of people who is possibly could be potentially be the new Pope, right? And we're gonna get into this later on tonight, right? Make no mistake about it. The Holy Roman Catholic Church, Holy Roman Catholic Empire, Church is absolutely the synagogue of Satan. Right? So smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, and of course, share on your social engineering. We about to get up out of here. You dig? And of course, as always, you know what I'm saying, we got to play the theme song. You understand what I'm saying about? At a time where we being trying to make, where you know what I mean, we're being made. We're being made to be the face of sexual deviancy. We're being made to be the face. We're being, you know what I'm saying, geared to be the face of goddamn it, homegrown terrorism, sexual deviancy, and all of this stuff, man. You know, I say shout out to my brothers Narcissus the Sick and Glister Guarantee for making this song. It's a motivational song. Although there is only one king, and it ain't me and it ain't you. And I'm talking about us black, it ain't none of us. There's only one king. His name is Yeshua HaMashiach. It ain't you, it ain't me. But I understand the sentiment of the the word and the term and how it's used today in our colloquial language. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say shout out to my brothers for making this song. It's a motivational song, man. All my black brethren out there, man. FBA all day, every day, no days off. Just like it's E&E every day, all day, no days off. You know what I'm talking about? Represent. You feel me? Enjoy your afternoon as well. You did? Remember, man, we control this stuff, man. Everything in the world that's cool come from us. As soon as we decide that something ain't cool no more, it ain't going to be cool no more. Take that with you. I'm going to just leave y'all with that. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Let's make it not cool to sexualize ourselves and each other. Let's make it not cool to brush off sexual violation and the trauma that is a result stemming from that and throughout our lives as men. Let's not try to cover that up by saying with bravado and machismo, like, oh yeah, we had sex when we were 6. I started getting pussy when I was 9. There's a like, no, bro, you were being sexually violated when you were 9. That's what was going on. Whether you liked it or not is irrelevant. The fact that it was happening was violation. Right? So, you know, y'all brothers tighten up, man. Hit me up if behind the scenes if you need to, if you want to. Y'all know we're going to be back later on tonight at 8 p.m. We're going to be discussing Pope Francis and the current state of the structure of the Holy Roman Empire / church. You did? Smash that like button, click on the subscribe to the page. You already know what it is, man.
Just get it done.
That's not necessary.
But question it. It's going to hurt.
Task force, black force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything, we got black tea. All black coffee, man, I don't add cream. North give you all you need, no more caffeine. Close down the whole set, no more casting. Remove targets off our back like a black team. We keep growing up the game like a black team. Your girl got a problem with me, then get at me. I'm tired to a bumper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as jalopy. This is past me, and I got it photocopy. Caught up on film, flow, tracks and sloppy. Trying to attack me, you a carbon copy. I seek the heat like Timothy blocks, and I charge for a hook, put me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. All hands on deck like the time on the clock. Task force, black force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black
Keep
things.
my grass cut low to catch a glimpse of the snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe. Yeah. Boy, that hatred, man, they make you do some foul things. Switch up on your niggas like the numbers when the Dow change. When I'm worth a million, still a grind like a broke. Take it for granted, shit be gone in the proof of smoke. Better put your plan in action, niggas get too used to hope. Formulated the plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Only way is up, I made my way to the steps. Let's go. Look, only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring them shit. But God bless the child that can hold his own. They want to give you numbers in the cell like a mobile phone. But fuck a cop, any wicked judicial system. Cause niggas on the edge, there for you to push. Bullets loaded tight up in that magazine. Bring a nightmare to American dreams.
Task force, black force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black kings.